I'd like to think that, you know, you take somebody out of that highly intensive labor job and let them manage this pretty blue robot, and the next thing you know, they're wanting to stay longer.
Yeah, and how much travel knowledge does he have?
Yeah, you don't want to lose him.
You can't lose
him. Yeah, but he's tired. So, you know, you go and you talk to these people that have that tribal knowledge, and then you empower them with some automation or some skill sets, and all of a sudden you've got the best employee you've ever had who's never going to leave.
Yeah, they've lost. You know, people get excited. I mean, when they're learning something new, I mean, it doesn't matter what level you are for the company. I mean, people want to do a good job, and they can say, look, I can do this. I can gain this skill set. I mean, that's going to help with retention. I mean, a lot of people want to progress through companies and work their way up.
You know, if you look at resources these days, what's really valuable? People. I mean, people are our biggest resource. In the United States, we have a phenomenal workforce. And I don't believe that people are just sitting home doing nothing. I think people are looking for a better life. And if you give them a better life, they're going to stick with you. And you know, don't you just have to stay a little more competitive than your neighbor? If you're just got a little better working environment, or you got a little better value proposition, you're going to keep the employees. I just happen to have a young man that is my son's best friend, and he never went to college, but he went into the Air Force. He's in the Air National Guard now. He's really, he works on the A-10s. He's, you know, fixing them and that type of thing. And Eric used to be in the Air Guard. So I'm like, man, why don't you talk to Caleb? Caleb started this week. He's going to be their robotics expert. He'll be at he's done the online training that you mentioned, which anybody can do. He's going to come down to NEFF for a factory level 2-day training. And that young man in a year is going to be a robot engineer. And he didn't have to go to college because he just doesn't want to go to college. And there's a lot of kids that can't or don't want to do school. And here we're going to have this young man who's going to probably have a 6-figure income in a couple of years, and a skill set and pride and all the things you talked about. And we have all these people out there that didn't want to go to college. I didn't want to go to college. My wife made me. I struggled through for 10 years and got done. But they're smart and they're talented, and we can train them to do automation versus loading a machine.